The federal government has laid the blame on the high level of poverty in the country on the state governors. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories. At number 1, Nigerian leaders continue to blame each other as the federal government has laid the blame on the high level of poverty in the country on the state governors. While briefing correspondents on Wednesday at the end of the weekly meeting of the Federal Executive Council, the Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Clement Agba, who made the assertion, declared that 72% of the poverty in Nigeria is found in the rural areas, which he said had been abandoned by governors. Agba said the governors pay more attention to building flyovers and airports rather than improvements of life in the rural areas. According to him, the governors prefer to function in the state capitals as the federal government on its part has done its best on poverty alleviation. At number 2, the Osun State House of Assembly has said since the judgment nullifying the last October 15th local government elections in the state had been appealed, the elected officials should be allowed to continue in office. The resolution was contained in a statement by the press secretary of the Speaker of the Assembly, Kunle Alabi, and issued on Wednesday. Recalling the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission had, through its Executive Secretary Adedapo Adejumo, withdrawn certificates of return issued to the elected officials of local government areas and disclosed plan not to appeal judgment of an Osogbo Federal High Court that sacked them. At number 3, an Ikeja Sexual Offences and Domestic Violence Court on Wednesday remanded 57-year-old medical doctor of Optimal Cancer Care Foundation, Dr. Olufemi Olaleye, over alleged defilement of his wife's 15-year-old niece. The court remanded him after he took his plea on a 2-count charge bordering on the defilement of a child and sexual assault by penetration preferred against him by the Lagos state government. He pleaded not guilty to the charge preferred against him and was granted bail of 50 million naira with 2 sureties in like sum. At number 4, opposition parties on Wednesday called on the Department of State Services and the Nigeria Police Force to release Aminu Mohammed, a student of Federal University Dutse, the student who criticized the wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, without further delay. According to reports, the student was allegedly abducted and tortured. Reacting to the development in a statement, the spokesman of the opposition parties under the aegis of Coalition of United Political Parties, Ikenga Ugochinyere, argued that the First Lady does not have the right to order the arrest and torture of her critics. At number 5, the Oyo and Rivers State government judiciaries have inaugurated small claims judicial committees to begin the process of establishing small claims courts in their respective states. Jumake Oduwole, Special Advisor to the President on Ease of Doing Business and the Secretary Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, said this in a statement made available to journalists on Wednesday. According to what the objective of the court is to improve the judicial process by making it easier to resolve simple debt recovery disputes involving small claims of 5 million naira and below. PEBEC was established in July 2016 by President Muhammadu Buhari. At number 6, the Federal Executive Council has approved a new national language policy making the various mother tongues compulsory medium of instruction for public school pupils. The Minister of Education, Adamu, who disclosed this, noted that the policy takes immediate effect, adding that the government is aware that its implementation will be difficult but necessary to promote the cultivation and use of all Nigerian languages. He revealed that as of today, 29 languages have become extinct, leaving the country with 625 languages. He disclosed that the mother tongue will be used exclusively for the first 6 years of education and then combined with the English language from junior secondary school. At number 7, Federal Capital Territory High Court sitting in Buhari has granted the factional national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Chief Edozie Njoku, bail on self-recognition. Edozie, alongside the factional national youth leader of the party, Chukwuemeka Muga, were remanded at the Suleja Correctional Center on Monday on the orders of Justice Mohammed Madugu. The duo were accused of forging the judgment of the Supreme Court to parade themselves as national chairman and national youth leader of the party, an allegation they denied. Justice Madugu, while noting that the offences were bailable, however urged the accused to produce a surety who must be a civil servant resident in Abuja of grade level 15 or above, or a landed property owner with a certificate of occupancy. At number 8, stakeholders in the transportation industry have raised concerns over the growing security challenges in the sector, while calling for urgent intervention to address the issue. Speaking at the ongoing National Transport Summit at the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria, the chairman of the event, Julius Adeluyi, stated that the transportation modes in Nigeria had been altered following the invasion of the transport space by criminals across the country. Meanwhile, the Executive Secretary Nigerian Shippers Council Emmanuel Jime says shippers were paying high freight on goods coming to Nigerian ports due to poor security rating of Nigeria, adding that cargoes which were supposed to go to the eastern port, Calabar and Port Harcourt, were being diverted to Lagos port due to the high rates of insecurity on the Niger Delta waterways. At number 9, Dangote Industries Limited has asked the High Court of Kogi State to further proceedings in a suit filed against it by the state government over the Obajano cement dispute. Kogi State in the suit is among others challenging the validity of the 2002 and 2003 agreement between the state and Dangote on the ownership transfer of Obajano Cement to Dangote Industries Limited. The request for a stay of further proceedings is contained in a fresh motion filed by Dangote through its lawyers, including Paul Usoro, SAN, and Reuben Atabo, SAN. Finally, at number 10, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has said that pending a full committee report review and a complete policy document appraisal, a new health reform bill that will reposition the country's health sector for improved delivery of set objectives to Nigerians will be in the works soon. Osinbajo made the disclosure in Abuja at the closing of the 2-day Presidential Health Reform Committee retreat, noting that in 2 days, you have reached some concrete conclusions. He also reaffirmed the Buhari administration's commitment towards ensuring that the reform objectives are achieved. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.